It IPO'd at about $25, $26. Today it's at $57. I think when you really look at the movers and shakers for Platt and for platform businesses in general, these are exactly the kinds of companies to really be watching over the next 5 years.
Anaplan. I don't think many people really know what Anaplan is. Anaplan, the ticker is Plan. It's in Platt.
One letter away on the ticker.
Yeah. And it's basically a collaboration software. You know, the way they describe it is all the different functions, finance, sales, supply chain, marketing, and kind of helping to link all the data and help people collaborate and share information in large enterprises. So it's an interesting company. You can see here they have an app hub. So they're now trying to let people, you know, build other third-party apps on top of the different portals and software that they have. I think this is still somewhat fledgling, but even, you know, this would be a dev platform, even just the majority of their business, which is the collaboration type of platform model, right? Who else would be in that? Slack would be in that.
Yep.
Atlassian, Australian company in Platt, would be in that. If you think about what Google Docs is today, right? It's really that kind of
Microsoft Teams, which is its Slack competitor.
Microsoft Teams, Google Docs. It's all this kind of collaboration, communication type of network effect, type of platform model. So basically what's interesting about this company is, so they announced earnings this morning, but look at their 6-month performance since being public, right? And you can kind of see how this trajectory has bucked a lot of the curve of the rest of the stock market over this past period of time, which has been, you know, much lumpier. But it IPO'd at about $25, $26. Today it's at $57. I actually think that they missed earnings. Markets just opened. They're down about 4% here. But what's interesting are some of these more unknown. This is only a 7.7 billion market cap company. It IPO'd at, you know, almost you know, a third of that roughly. So these are quote unquote small platform companies, have a lot of growth left in them, right? It hasn't been public for long at all. It went public earlier this year. So, you know, there's actually a number of these that we found when doing the research on what are all the public platform companies that are out there. And then these kinds of companies that we came across that we really weren't familiar with. I mean, it's not a small company, but it's not a massive tech monopoly.
Right.
But these are the kinds of companies really that I think when you really look at the movers and shakers for Platt and for platform businesses in general, these are exactly the kinds of companies to really be watching over the next 5 years to say, hey, how are these companies going to do? There were actually a number of older platform companies that we saw, like an Amex, like a MasterCard, like a Copart, a Ritchie Brothers, you know, especially some of the financial services, you know, the ICE, the NASDAQ, these kinds of companies, which they've been around, doesn't take anything away from them. But of the 70 companies that were initially in the index, there was a good chunk of them, I think maybe a little less than, the median year of IPO was, I think, 2011, right? So you actually had a decent chunk of companies that had been around for a while. So that was pretty interesting, and interesting thing to highlight here. Hi, this is Alex Mozed. Thanks for joining us on Winner Take All. If you enjoyed the content today, which I bet you did, please comment, subscribe, and definitely message me on Twitter when we're doing live streams. Also, please note, all opinions expressed about stocks or public companies on the show are exactly that, opinions. This is not investment advice. Don't act on it. WisdomTree licensed Applico's Platform Insights data product to aid in the creation of the Platt ETF. Thanks for joining us.